Here we go, guys. So we're doing the last one of the Russian Endgame Handbook. Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Let's go. We learned so much through here. If you haven't watched the other ones, make sure y'all go watch them. Before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. A lot of you guys are watching, are not subscribed. I do see that in the analytics, so make sure you guys subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Rook endings. So we're looking at Rook endings today. So let's see what it says. Okay, we'll go here. So let me make sure I don't, because it's going to say I'm copying. Okay, perfect. Let's not highlight, because it'd be like, copy and paste, you copying. I'm not trying to do that. Okay, Rook and Pawn. So this one is, whose move is white to move? So this one is obviously a draw here, guys. Let's go, right? A rook plus a rook pawn versus a rook. So rook plus a rook pawn versus a rook. Got it. One cannot always exploit a pawn advantage. Oh, shoot. Let me not highlight again. They'd be like tripping about that. One cannot always exploit a pawn advantage by a long shot, only when in addition to an extra pawn, you can also have a serious advantage in your piece's position. May the win be considered sure thing. So this is just basically a draw, guys. This is like, it's a draw, straight up draw. Literally rook pawn, rook here, right? You should know this. This is a draw. So don't spend so much time on this, but that is a draw. You do want to play this out, especially if you have the book here. You can do this yourself. Here we are in chapter 14 here. Chapter 14, rook endings, right? So here, okay, this one is the same, huh? Yeah, now let's examine this position. Here, the black, whose move is white to move? Here, the black king is somewhat more active in the previous example. However, the complete immobility of the a7 is harbinger of a defeat. Plays rook g8. Oh, he's just losing. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at rook g8. I have never actually been in a situation to do this. Like ever. I have never had a situation where I had to do this. But this is amazing to see here. That is crazy. What on earth just happened there? I mean, you would think how many people would just check here and just take the rook? Like, you just, seems correct. Like, you just check and take the rook, right? You obviously know rook pawn. I mean, doesn't seem anything, you don't have anything. But then you see rook g8. And the game is over. Rook f8 would have worked as well. Absolutely, J-Dub. Because the rook, I mean, the rook can't go here. Obviously, he's going to take. Going here, stepping right into the check. You can go home, start a new one. Sheesh, that's ridiculous. That's very nice. Very nice. Sugzwang there. Very nice, Sugzwang. All right. Okay, this one. Oh, this one's on, right? Make sure, right? Whose move is black to move? Yeah, we're going to check into Oblivion here. Check into Oblivion. Let's see what it says. Rook b2. And check. And check, or move back to a2, right, and then check again. Yeah, draw here. Draw. Okay, what is this one? Okay, this one's going to be tough. We now begin the systematic analysis of a rook game, rook pawn versus rook. First, we look at 6 positions with the pawn on the 7th rank. Sheesh. And then, okay. All right, black to move, white wins. Black to move, white wins. Let's see what he's talking about. Rook b2, obvious check. Let's think about where we would go after this obvious check. Got the book. Let's go, Tiny. Here? Definitely. C8, yeah. King C8. King A8 leads to a draw. And let's see why. Well, it doesn't say. Okay, obviously here. But, I mean, you can just obviously go back and forth with the rook here. King can stay back and forth here. Do not let the king out of this box of where he is. So king to C8 is correct. After king C8, let's see what we have. Rook here, and this is not queening yet. Seen this, but don't you just check, right? And king back. Check and king back, right? Check. Hold on. We got to show everybody what happens on king. Did it even have king b6 here? Oh, obviously you can't go here. Wow. King here. He comes up. Yeah. And this is, oh, wow, this is beautiful. Check him here. Walk here. King a6 and block, right? He could have go this way too. King a6, check and block. Yo, Chess Dojo with the raid. Shout out to the Chess Dojo live. Shout out to the big fellas. What's up? How are you? Hope you had a great stream. We're doing Rook Endgames right now. We're literally doing Rook Endgames. This is the last day that you can get this book for free. Russian Endgame Handbook. We did this is like our seventh Endgame video here. So here is the Russian Endgame book. Today is the last day you can get it free right there. Shout out to you, Kostia. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so Let's go to the next one here. Let's look at this one. Hey, this one says white wins. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see how. Let's see how. Here, in spite of the poor placement of the rook on a8 in front of the pawn, the win is achieved thanks to the insecure position of the black king on g2. While with the black king on g7, it would not be possible to win. Okay, so move is king f4, intending rook check on g8. So he goes here. So we've got a little pattern, right? Back and forth. He's just following him because he's just trying to check and queen the pawn. Oops, obviously we can't do that. So, okay, we go this way. King, wait, what happens? All right, king c3, king, oh, rook c8. Wow, look at this move, guys. That's nasty here. Jeez. King c3. And if you look at the position, you're trying to figure out how to move the rook without losing the pawn. If you do it anywhere else with the king, like somewhere over here, and you move the rook, he's just going to take the pawn. So now in this position, this is what we're looking for, the end goal. When you have these type of positions, because you probably gonna have a game like this, where you need to have to do something like this. You play rook to c8, boom, beautiful move. With now when rook takes a7, you checking, get the man off the board. It's beautiful. King b6 check, right? Pretty nice there. Pretty nice. I think that's like there's a famous in-game study. I think it's Phaedra's position, something like that. Like with the king, rook, and the pawn, and the king pawn, and you know the rook and the king in the corner. You know what I'm talking about. Something like that. That's pretty cool. These Russians being sneaky, right? Very, very, very sneaky. Very sneaky. Black to move. This is a draw. Okay, let's see why. Black to move. This is a draw. Where do you go, chat? Where do you think you go? Let me move up so you can't see what it says on the left. This one's black to move, and it's a draw. Where do you think they go? What are you using to study the book? This right here, bro. It's the last day that you can get this book in particular for free using JC Handbook. Oh, sorry, but this is, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's original white paper. Thanks, bro. Black to move. So where do we go for the draw? We have king f7 from Fisher Sib. King f7. King f7 is a draw, says Elevation Allah. Thanks for the follow. And Simone's. Let me go king d7. What happens on king d7? If you're wondering, king d7, all I do is just move the rook somewhere and you're looking crazy out here. In fact, actually after the check, of course, we go here, king here, and then we can move the rook. I think, right? Maybe even here. It has to be here. Because I think he has king here. So you have to go here and then there's queenie. Right. That should be it. Okay, so I think you're right here. Black to move check. King f6 check. King d6 loses. Wow. That's crazy. Really? This loses. That is insane. Let's see why. King d4, rook d7. You have to really spend some time here. That is insane. King e6, king c5, king e5. It's no better since this runs this into king c6. And now he's winning. What? Yo. I recommend, guys, if you're going through this by yourself, you need to spend a lot of time here. A lot of time here. And like, of course, we're going to make this video short enough. So this is for YouTube, guys. So we don't have to be here for an hour looking at this. Because this, I'm telling you, it takes that long to study these. Right, to really understand what's going on, guys. Because this is a very, very advanced here for a lot of players. For a lot of players. King f7 was wrong. Not that it was necessarily wrong. In fact, you can also turn the engine on here too. Let's turn this on here. Boom, let's start from the beginning. Pull this down. Let's see, king f7. King f7. That brings the king to d5. And you're just cut off. He's going to bring the king here. And maybe bring the rook around, but you may not have enough checks. I mean, you're still fighting here. It still takes time. King g7. King c6, right? I can go here. It's not drawn right. Okay, rook f7, king here. What about check, though? Yeah, that's drawn. So what we would have to do is going back a move, it would be like rook over to block with the checks. So you use the rook as the shield with the king on b6 to block the checks. Turn this off. Back up here. Are you using web app? I'm using the app. I'm actually using the app. I downloaded the app to the computer. I like using the app, actually, to be honest. Big fan of the app. Okay. I have used the web browser too, though. Okay, so king f6, king f6 check, king d4, and then rook f7. Let's try to understand what's going on right now. He still could go this way. I mean, this is very advanced right here. King c5 and then king f5, exclam. Like, this is like next level, dog. King f5. Bro, what? Bruh. King f5, king b6, rook f6. Yeah, we just gonna watch how they do this here. So this is the draw. Okay, you hold the pawn. This is not the draw you're used to with the king on h7. The king's like on f5, right? We used to the one with the king on g7 or h7. And we just check. Like, it's easy, but with the king on f5, it's a little bit different. I guess there's these tempi with the white rook being able to leave and the king defending the pawn at the same time due to the weird placement of the king. This is kind of very advanced here, obviously. King c6, king f4. What the heck? King f4. What? That is insane. Bruh. I know I would not have played king f4 in these type of games. Here, so I'm definitely learning even myself here, bro. This is ridiculous. But it's really because the king started on e6, right? It started all the way back on e6 with the rook on e7. Man, this is crazy. I mean, this is very deep here. King b6, then he plays rook f6, and now he goes back to f7. So I can't check? Wow, this would be a mistake. How many people would play rook f? King d6, rook f7, king e6, and now he's winning? How? How is it winning? What? Oh my goodness, it is. Oh my goodness, it is. Unbelievable. If you move the rook, he checks you. And if you move down, he just moves the rook because you have to keep an eye here. Sheesh. Bruh. My goodness. Endgames are hard, dog. Endgames are hard. So I mean, you just a simple mistake of checking, you would have to go back to f7. And then king d6 and then king f5 with a draw. What? That is insane. That is insane. Sheesh, man. That is ridiculous. We didn't even get to the good ones yet. Like, we still on the rook pawn. We're over here looking at the rook pawn. Bruh. Like, broken. We want the regular. Everybody want to see the other pawns. And this is wow. Okay. Well, this more rook pawn action. In fact, I think I've had enough of the rook pawns. I actually am like brain fried that I didn't know you could do that much with a rook pawn. I mean, I knew you could do a lot, obviously, but wow. What we just learned, I think that's enough rook pawn for about a month. For about a month of rook pawns right there. But, bro, you see how many? I'm still scrolling, chat. I'm still. Look at this. They covered literally everything you could do in Russian. Like, anything and everything in the game. They didn't leave anything out. They didn't leave anything out, bro. They didn't leave anything out here. I'm still scrolling. We're still on rook pawns, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want no more rook pawns. I don't want no more rook pawns. I don't want no more rook pawns. Can we do something else? Oh my goodness. And we're on a whole nother chapter. Sheesh. That was crazy, right? Look at all this. This is a lot. Y'all got some work to do, chat. Look at this. There is a lot of rook in-game stuff to cover. Very, very deep. So you need it on your phone. You don't need it on the phone. You don't need it on the phone. You could though. I mean, you could. You can use it on your phone and you the computer, obviously here. All right. So let's go here. What is this one? This ending is still harder to analyze than the other ones. Really? Okay. Right, with the rook pawns. Right. Yeah. Believable. Which is not too surprising since the number of possibilities and positions are considerably larger. On the other hand, it's precisely this factor, the greater number of positions, that increases the likelihood of encountering this sort of ending in practice. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice. They're telling you that you're going to get this a lot. This is going to be something that you are going to be playing, bro. You're going to see this. You need to study this. And in fact, a large percentage of games end up in rook endings of this type. Question is, how do you combine a detailed study of this ending with many facets and avoid boring the reader with excessive number of variations? Okay, so he's talking about, we're looking at most important positions. Well, that's very nice. That's very nice. Most important positions. Let's get it. Okay. Black to move and draw. So let's flip it. Oh, is this Philly? Philly? Philly. Let me see. Is this Philidor? Sort of, but it's not yet. It's not yet. It is black to move, but I could just do this. Yeah, so what do you guys think? What do you guys think, chat? Black to move and draw the game? What would you do here? Philly, yeah. 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 What would you do here? Willie Nelson. Philly. Y'all are ridiculous. They're like, yo, what is he talking about? Bro, the Philidor position. The Philidor position is what I am talking about. Right. But also here, he's like, yeah, the willy-nilly restrict ourselves. Right. That's funny. Oh, you funny. You funny there. It's like booty sauce. Rook B1. I like it. Always dying. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And Rook A6, this is the only chance. What? Rook B1 seems very good because you check for a longer rank. But I guess maybe he gets the king in. But Rook A6 was definitely a move. Push, and I guess you just do this. Here's the idea. We're waiting for this. Obviously, this is Philidor position at its finest. When he pushes, then you go back. That's classic Philidor position. Control the third rank. And then as soon as they push, you put the rook on the back rank and check into oblivion. Right? That's what you do. That's what you try to do every single time. So I guess here, I mean, I was thinking that, but I was like, well, maybe we just go down here. Maybe that's probably why Rook B1 doesn't work, because it does give him many options, right? And it's just good understanding. But here, you do have to control the third rank. And I guess because the pawn, usually when you're looking at Philidor position of trying to draw an endgame like this, the pawn is a further up, right? Or right here on the fifth rank. So for instance, it's here. And then they're like, yeah, this is how you draw the position, right? You control the third rank so he can never, ever do anything. And as soon as he pushes, then we go here, and then we check, and then it's a draw. So this is good to understand the Philidor position. I'm sure they're going to cover it in here somewhere, but so Rook A6 makes sense. And now they say E5, only chance. Then it says Rook B6. Look, so they're showing it right here. Rook B6, Rook A7, Rook C6, E6, and Rook C1. Look at that. The Philidor position. Absolutely, every single time. And now you just say you draw, and now you just check into oblivion. King F6, check. Don't matter where you go, don't care what you do. Here's a draw. Rook A6, E5, and Rook A1. It says Philidor maintain that move, that this move loses. Yeah, Rook A1 loses here, right? Because after King F6, Rook F1, I get in front of the king here, and we check and we get into it. Now let's see how. From the white side, in fact. Let's see how we do this. So they did it wrong. Check, boom, king F8. Okay, cool. Then what do we do next? Pretty always. Definitely the Lucena position. Yeah, nice. Heartworm. Thanks for the follow. So what is the next logical follow-up here? It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Everybody's probably thinking the same thing. Here's Rook H8 check, King G7, and then Rook E8, which is a crucial move to play. Rook E8. Rook E1. Chess Bra with the raid. Legendary raid from a legendary set of big fellas over there. Bullet Mercenary in the chat. What's up, chat? Yeah, we doing some Rook Endgames, and then after this, we have a special new series here, guys. Very, very special. Very, very new as well. 100% brand new series we doing tonight. Shout out to the Chess Bro. Shout out to the boys. Good to see y'all, man. Hope y'all doing well. What up? So yeah, we're here. We're looking at this position here, and obviously this is forward chess, and we're looking at the Russian in-game manual. So Russian here, boom. This is the last day you can get it for free. Last day you can get it for free. Appreciate it. All right. So what happened here? Rook E1. Yeah, this was after Rook E8. Okay, Rook E8, Rook E1. King went to D7. King F7. If rook d1, then king e7. e6, king g7, king e7, rook e2. Rook e3. And yeah, this is very, very trivial here. You have to, this is the hard part right here for many players I've seen mess this up. Thanks for the follows, Dragon West. Mon Theory, I've seen many players mess this up right here. Like this part right here. This is the crucial part. Let's run through that again. Usually I've seen players get here and mess this up quite often. King d7, side step so you can push the pawn. Right, if there's a check, then you go king e7 so you can push. Right, that's what it says right here. If rook d1, king e7. So you can push this e pawn. You're trying to just push forward and then repeat the process. You're trying to move the rook out of the way. And then you come back with the Lucena position, or at least trying to set it up if you can. King f7, king e6, or e6 check, king g7, king e7, boom. Rook e2, rook d8, and literally just sidestep, bring the rook back around. Easy, light work. Rook e3, hitting with the check. King a7, king f7, little sidestep, little zigzag, little triangulation, shake and bake, stick and move, e7, he out of there. That's a wrap. That's nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, let's go to the next one. See what else we got in here. What else we got in here, bro? This is so thick. This book is very, very deep. Very deep. Okay, whose move is this? Black to move? King f7 is an error. Well, we know that. King f7 was losing. So do we just check? But then he has king. So how is this? You telling me this is drawn? How? Let's flip the board. We playing black here. Check loses, right? Because he goes king e7. I think I've seen this before. I think it's king b3. I think I've seen this before in Dvoretsky's in-game manual. I do recommend that if you don't have Dvoretsky's in-game manual. Austin Deer, thanks for the follow. Kavita, thanks for the follow. Welcome. You about to head out? All right, bet. Be here, bro. King b3, I think, is the move. Let's see what it says. Rook d1 check, is it? Okay, king e7, rook a1. Rook d8, check, king e8. What on earth? Oh, because you have to push. You have to push. King b3, right. Yeah, of course. You know, this feels like king b3. Board invert. King g6. Rook a6. This is ridiculous. Rook a6. You never seen that. Rook d7, king g8. Unbelievable. And if king g6, you lose to rook d6. Gross. This is so hard, guys. You have to spend a lot of time with this. A lot of time. We're taking our time here. We're going to just go through this nice and slow here to understand what is going on. So this, let me draw this. Check. Rook a6. Other moves lose. King g6, rook d6. Check. King f5, e6, king e5. Wow. And I would have went for probably this, to be honest. e7 check. And now we're lost. Insane. Rook a6 is the only move here. Sort of Philidor position, like cutting off the 6th rank here, which would be the 3rd. Obviously trying to stop the promotion. But what about, oh, but then that's the idea. Then you just check again. That's the idea. Check, 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 check. Bring the king to f7 if possible. Rook d7, king g8, king e7, king g7, e6. Okay, here we go. This one I have seen. I think it's here. You go back and forth. Or king g6, which I was saying king b3. Here or here? Rook a1. Oh, wait, huh? In this position, black draws by retreating along the A file. See diagram 284. That's your job to do that on your own time. On your own time. As we fly through this. What does this say? Definitely read that, chat. Definitely read that. Remember, if you don't have this book, this is the last day you can get it for free. Right there, chat. JC Handbook. It's $18. But you can get it for free. The last day was of January. We've been doing this all of January. This is the 7th video. Okay, this one is a win. Flip the board. All right, cool. So you guys have had this before. How do you win this position? Who knows how to win this position? It is white to move. A lot of you have messed this up. I've actually seen students mess this up before. So this is actually important. White to move. What do you do? Yeah, chat. After F6. Actually, wait, hold on. Sorry, is it F6? Rook A7? Rook A7? You have Rook H2? You have F7, obviously, too. F7 would be a blunder. King F8, there's a check. Oh, yes, Tommy. In fact, it's actually 33% Russian, so don't disrespect me like that. Thank you, appreciate it. 33. So, Rook A7. You got Rook H2. Shout out to you. Somebody just bought some brain fuel. Cut off the 7 rank and push the pawn. Very nice, Bureau. Very nice. Very possible. But you can do other stuff too. What just happened here? White threatens E7. What happened? They kind of just went around here. Weird. Strange. But that is the whole idea. What is this one then? E7, Rook A6. Rook B7, Rook A8. King G8, check. What is this? Rook F7, King G8, Rook check. Yeah, this is the pattern. E7, King E8, Rook G8. This is the pattern. Again, let's look at that again. Rook A6, okay, Rook B7. You just move anywhere. You could have went Rook C7. Move the Rook back. Hit him with a check. Check him again. Right? And if King H8, you bring the Rook down here. So you cut the king off, and he can't move anywhere. You just push this pawn. And you're going to use the king as block. So like this, right? Here, check, here. It doesn't matter what you here, right? Check, and then we queen. And then you win this easily. Easy win here. Easy win. E7, Rook A6, Rook B7, Rook A8. Check, King F8, E7, King E8, Rook G8. Check. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. This, oh, this is drawn. Right, yeah, you can't get around. This sucks too. I've been here before. This one sucks. Lewis, work. Thanks for the follow. One took too many. Thanks for the follow. This one kind of sucks. You need the extra space, but you don't have it. Like you can't push the king out. And as soon as you get the rook to H7, like this is just imagining right now. If you put the rook over here and he moves the king, you go back and forth. You don't have that extra to push the pawn. And if you push the pawn, you don't have the shelter. It kind of sucks. It really does. But it's good to know. It's good to know. This one's winning is black to move. Black to move. Doesn't matter what he does. King E8, Rook H8, King F7, King D7, Rook A1. D6, Rook A7. Check, King C7, Rook A7, King B6, Rook D7, King C6. Jeez, that's ridiculous, bro. Some of this stuff is like, bro, hold up. Yo, you gotta do that one. You gotta do that like 5 times. Just about. Hey, MD Knight, bro. You have to do that like 5 times. Literally. Just, hold on. Where were we again? Like, wait, what? Let's see that one more time. King E8. Check. King here. King up. So this is obvious, right? Check. We bring the king up. Push the pawn, obvious. Bring the king back. Right? Bring the king up. Go side. Well, you could. King C8, obviously, with the check. So King B6, right? And then you bring the king over, and then you push, right? Then you'll be able to push. It's like a here and there, here and there, and there, here. That's called a rope-a-dope. There you go, Saint. That's exactly what I was thinking. Call it a rope-a-dope. Sheesh. All right, that's nuts. Black's king is driven away from the pawn. Is this? Oh. Black to move, white winning. Let's see. Rook F3. Rook C2 check. Oh, there's another raid. What up? Mr. Kusha, what up? What's good, my guy? Edwin Walker, I see you. I see you. What's good, my guy? I'll be finishing up this last in-game thing, and then we doing the next thing for tonight. Yes, sir. We got the raid. Got it. Rook C2, Rook King B7. Oh, this is easy. Yeah, this is easy, right? So this one is Lucena. This one is actually a classic Lucena, and we can actually probably end here because we want to keep the video short. It's really not short. It's just like 30 minutes of YouTube content here, guys. But here, this is a classic Lucena, right? You want to get this position. And obviously he plays Rook F3 here. Boom. We hit him with the check. Boom. There it is. Aviv. Nice. Right. This is what you want. After the check, if King D6 here. you have king d8, which is very simple. You just queen. I mean, obviously you can't check because you just take, right? You just take. So no matter, I mean, whatever he does, you queen the pawn. GG, start a new game, right? So that's not going to work. So he went here again. We hit him with the check, and then he went king b6. I think right here is that where he went. He went king b7 in this one. So king b7, and then if you go king here, in fact, he can keep checking you. And what the problem is that you don't have the shelter, right? So if you go away, he takes the pawn. So when you go here, he checks you, and you find yourself like, oh, I can go this way, but then he goes here again. Then you go back, and then it's a draw. So understanding what you're looking for is in the Lucena position here is after check, you need the shelter. So after rook c4, you shut the door. Get the man off the board. So now you can't do anything, right? King b6 here, and then you check. And in fact, Pandolfini's Endgame course, whatever it was. This is an old book, but he called it building a bridge. And you build the bridge here, and then after it takes, it's queening. He can't stop the queen. It's absolutely beautiful to see it when it's done like this. I mean, when it's done, it's the most beautiful thing ever. It's the most beautiful thing ever. You build the bridge here, and you literally zigzag your way until you can block with the rook. So beautiful. Bring the king up, right? Zigzag your way until you block with the rook, and he can't stop it. And it's done there. That is the Lucena position there. Perfect. So that was pretty some basic endgames here, guys. This is deep, right? This is a thick endgame, but you see I'm still scrolling, right? You see I'm still scrolling right now. I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling, bro. And this is chapter 14, Rook endings. Okay, you're gonna have a lot of work to do. Today's the last day. Once again, you can get this book for free right here in the Russian Endgame Handbook. Shout out to Forward Chess. Make sure y'all grab that, subscribe to the YouTube, all that good stuff. We're going into here. This is hope y'all enjoyed this series, the Endgame. So make sure y'all check it on YouTube and keep going through your Endgames. It will help you, right? And you know, we'll see y'all on the next one.